What would I do if I lost my job? What would happen? What's going to happen? What would I do if I lost my job? When it does happen, the first thing you need to do, focus on you. Know that it's not the end of the world, although it feels like it. But now it comes time to clean things up. I think this beard's a bit too long. I'm going to let it go short again. And then let's get into what I would do. For a fresh new start. Time to clean things up. Time to take this task on. After I got over the anger, got over the despair, got over the poor me, what am I going to do? Brushed myself off, cleaned myself up, told me you're going to be okay, and I opened my own business. Let me show you what I did. I felt compelled to do this video today because my mind is constantly racing. I can't fix the world, I can't fix anything but me, and I can't fix anything except my environment. And when you have those that you love and those that you care for, you've got to stay strong. You've got to get through this, and you've got to figure it out. I know there's many people out there who are losing their jobs. There's many people who have lost their jobs just in 2025, and there's those who are still hanging on, gripping, hoping it's not you next. Fortunately, about to show its ugly head, apparently. I'm not going to get into all the details of what's going on. People are losing their jobs, but they also feel suffocated at that point, like they're losing their lives. They're losing control. They're losing their money. What will you do? I'll tell you what I did. I'm not so different than you. At 50 years of age, I was terminated. I'm now 68. I've been retired since 60. So what did I do from the age of 50 to 60 to secure what I have? I had to think long and hard. What am I going to do? I was vice president of clinic operations in the western region of the United States for a major hair restoration company. Oh yeah, I was somebody. I had on my little white jacket. I went into medical doctors' offices. I ran hair restoration clinics for the company. And that meant that there was cool laser light. It was big technology back then, just starting. And no one really believed in it. And that was 18 years ago when I got involved. No one was believing in it. This is a joke. It's not going to work. Well, it does, and it did, as long as you stick with it. So I was the vice president of clinic operations for the entire region of the western U.S. Most of the clinics were based in California, Washington, Nevada, etc. I would go into the doctor's office and I would help the doctors set up a clinic. I would help them run their clinics. I would help them do the consultations. I would teach the doctors and their staff how to run a hair restoration clinic, and then the doctors would perform it, and my company would make a 20% commission on all sales. Now, doctors can't do any referring, but they can certainly pay their employees, who was me, to run their clinics, although I don't have to be their hands-on because the clinics run themselves once the staff was educated to put the client under the laser, sell the product, explain the process, hand out information, and the happy campers go home. That's what I did. I have an extensive background in corporate world. I was, in my 30s, national director of education, new product development for the Revlon Corporation out of New York City. I did that for 10 years. In my mid-40s, I was national educator for an expensive worldwide hair extension company. I was their national educator. I had 48 employees under me, trained the cosmetology industry, salons, how to do hair extensions. Boy, they made a fortune. I got a paycheck. Same thing occurred at the hair restoration clinics. The company made a fortune. I got a paycheck. I was the good guy. Out of the clear blue, I came back from vacation. My first day back, I was on a conference call to New York with the company owner and personnel, just like many of you, human resources, and another person in the room. And I was told from 2,600 miles away that my services were no longer required. What am I going to do? Like you. At that time, I had a mortgage, I had a car payment, I had expenses, I had credit card debt. You name it, I was living the dream, and now I was stuck holding that platter by myself. No means of income. What am I going to do? Panic was my first thing. I panicked. Then I did my anger, and I was mad at those SOBs who let me go because I did not deserve to be let go. I was a good vice president. Then I was pissed that they let me go. After all those emotions cleared the way, I had to think, now what do I do? What do I do? Well, I thought to myself, I went to college, I did this. I went to cosmetology school, I did this. I worked in cosmetology schools and taught, I did this. I worked for Revlon helped chemists formulate products, I did this. I worked with laser companies with hair restoration, I know who the manufacturers are, I did this. I put all that together in my head and I thought, and I could do that. So I'll do another video another time perhaps, because I want to make this about what you can do. These are just my suggestions. So, don't come at me and don't attack me. I'm just openly, freely giving you some suggestions of what I would do. So I opened up my first hair restoration clinic for myself 4 months after I was terminated. I negotiated free rent at a doctor's office. All he would have to do was allow me to bring in a laser, set up a clinic, and I would pay him a 35% commission on all my sales. That's high, I know, but I was desperate. I would pay him a 35% commission on all my sales. Now, to do that, I knew the manufacturers who made these lasers. I had a good relationship with them. So when I needed a laser, I knew my ex-employer wasn't going to help me. I went directly to the manufacturer, called them up, said, hey, here's what's going on. Can you help me? And he said, absolutely, Jeff. I got a laser. I bought it at wholesale cost. I didn't buy it at retail. He sold it to me at wholesale cost. I had a laser to operate my clinic. Then I need to have some product. There was an old doctor who had retired in Florida. He had a product. He hadn't had it out for a few years. A few people bought it. It was a good product. And it was what's called a pharmaceutical hair restoration product. I called him up. He said, well, I don't really do this, Jeff, anymore. And, and I don't sell in small quantities like you're asking 6 of this and 6 of that. I always sell in case lot, minimum 24. I said, I just simply can't afford to do that. And I'm just asking you, if you would assist me and allow me to just buy 6 of everything, 6 pieces to the system, I will in return not only buy it, I will give you a 20% commission on all sales. He said, okay. Now you're looking at the fact that I'm now only making 50% commission on my entire operations. I have to pay somebody else so that I can have my own business. I was okay with that because I was on my way. I opened up my first hair restoration clinic. Cut into the chase. I retired at 60 and I sold them. I had 9 in 10 years, 9 hair restoration clinics that I did a co-op operation with. And I'll explain that in another video perhaps. I want to make this about you. I moved forward in that interim of 10 years. I worked with chemists that I knew in the industry. I communicated and contacted manufacturers in the industry that I didn't know who they were. I had to research who makes products, where they make products, you name it, researched all that while I sat in my empty clinic waiting for customers. And a year and a half into my own business, I formulated my own all-natural, organic hair loss product. All-natural organic that proved to stimulate hair growth. Couldn't make the claim it would because that's FDA, but I could prove it. I just can't claim it. I had my own product line. So 8 years, 10 years in the industry of my own business, it took me 8 years to finally start making money. My first year, I made about $7,000. I was tickled pink because it was mine. Now, keep in mind, I had to give away almost 50% of that. I was struggling. My second year, I made about $75,000. Oh boy, I knew this was going to happen. My third year, I put in my own product, manufactured my own lasers. That's a whole other story. Manufactured my own lasers, and now 100% profit was mine. I was on a roll. I was making, in 2010, I was making take home $125,000 a year that I created for me. No SLB was going to take it from me. No human resource department was going to tell me I wasn't worthy no more and my job performance is horrible. I did my own job and I made my own money, and I pulled over $125,000 take home. For the next 8 years, I took home some money. That's what I did. So here's what I implore you to do. I need you to get mad that you were terminated. Cry about it. Be angry. Feel the grief of that loss, and then get yourself moving. What am I going to do, you ask? Think of a skill that you had that got you the job you were at, and then back that up. How did you get to that skill? All those things are back here in our past. Now it's time to go back, pick them up, and say, this is who I am as far as what I can create, and do it. Example, I was in the hair industry. So I immediately got online and made myself a web page. And that's the first thing you need to do, is make yourself a website. Make it. You can do websites extremely cheap. Now you can almost push buttons and it's done for you, and you just put in your own information. Make yourself a website. That's the first thing you're going to do. Second is you're going to make yourself a YouTube channel, just like me. Make yourself a YouTube channel and start boasting and talking about whatever your skill is that you can share. Talk about your product you want to sell that you're going to do yourself. Talk about the bakery items you do. You talk about you, boo, and you create your own YouTube channel and make it about yourself and your items and your skills and what it is you're going to sell. Therefore, you can relate that YouTube channel to your website and simultaneously sell things. Take a look at the creators out there now that are on YouTube that are selling shirts themselves. They have a marketplace where they sell their own stuff, or they have an Amazon wish list. They have all that stuff. I don't have any of it. Anyhow, that's what you're going to do. Let's say that your skill, I'm going to do this for you. Nikki, I saw on just this morning, I looked at one of her little shorts. She made these wonderful pumpkin donuts with a hole in them for Halloween. Cute little short videos she did. Subscribe to her channel. LaPaw Borders. Subscribe to her channel. She made these donuts, and I thought and the way she did the video was fantastic. Throw that on your website if you have one. And then there are local coffee shops in your community, I'm certain, that are not brand name chain coffee shops. I'd get to know those owners. I'd find out if I could put my little bakeries in their case. So when they sell coffees, they sell bagels, and they're selling other things at their coffees. It's their coffee shop. You can offer them some creative bakery items that you make and let them set up a contract opportunity for you to put your goods in their store. Now you have a place to sell your items. Just a thought. If you make jewelry at home, whatever your skill is, set up your webpage, set up your YouTube channel, tie them together, and start talking about you. If you have a skill, let's say that you are doing, I don't know, you were doing babysitting. Set up your little YouTube about how you do babysitting in the area, if you're over the age of 18, of course. You do babysitting or daycare in your area, make it all legit, licensing, whatever you need to do. Do your little YouTube channel, let people know what community you're in. Tie it to your website. Talk to everybody you know. Do your own. If you are a good repairman, start showing your videos on YouTube how you repair. Even if it's small trinket little things that people can send you. Look, I bought clocks years ago because I was fascinated with clocks. I found a clock manufacturer online who happened to be in my area. I'd go buy clocks from him. All I'm saying is whatever your skill is, pull that skill together. Set yourself up a web page. Set yourself up a YouTube channel and start tying them together and market you for your skill. Also, example, when I opened up my hair restoration clinics myself, I had to discover who the manufacturers were. In that industry, you can go right out today and you can communicate with manufacturers in Los Angeles, San Bernardino, Miami, Chicago, Atlanta, Charlotte. They're out there. Go online, find out who these cosmetic manufacturers are, and they'll manufacture products just for you. They'll allow you to choose whatever they have in stock. You can tweak it a little bit, and you can put your own label on it, and you can sell it. You can sell it online in your own little boutique store. Certainly can. Sell it in the United States. Don't sell overseas. Don't sell outside of the country. Sell it in the United States. Therefore, you're not having to deal with shipping tariffs, all that issue. Do it only in the United States. Put your own name on it, label it. Easy to do, and they'll sell you in small portions. You may be able to get 4 to 6 at a time of everything. Those are things I would do. And I would peddle my product. You see, brick and mortar stores are disappearing. Everyone's going online. That's why you're on there with Instagram. That's why you're on there with TikTok. That's why you're on there with YouTube. Sell your skill, and that's what I would do. I would set up a web page. I'd set up a YouTube channel. I would stop for a moment, breathe deep what your skills are, pull your skills together, write them down, what it is you want to do, how you're going to do it, and evolve and invent and move forward and still live frugal. After losing my job, I had to readjust everything. I had to readjust how I lived. I had to readjust how I was going to pay my bills. I had to readjust all of it. Trust me, it's not easy, but you'll get through it. All you have to do is focus. So I was making $125,000 a year into my second year into my own business. By the time I had retired at 60, I was doing quite well. I actually closed 8 of the clinics, sold 1. I had 9 at that point. In 10 years, I had 9 clinics, and I was one day sitting on my ass crying, what am I going to do? Get up and move, folks. I closed 8 of them, sold 1 of them, and my product's still out there. And he's doing quite well. He's in the Valley. He has 1 clinic. My product's still out there. The product that I formulated with my chemist, with my name and my product information. But I sold that to the gentleman who now runs the clinic. So with that stated, I want to put it out there this way. Kevin on his side. Kevin worked as an interior designer for many, many years for big companies in the Atlanta market. He knew who the wholesalers were. He knew who the buyers were. He knew where the manufacturing plants were. And Kevin worked in interior design for companies. You know, they sold carpet and flooring and draperies, you name it, they did it. And Kevin would go out and he would help design these people's homes and come up with the concept that they liked and draw up the plans. And when they agreed to it, then Kevin took it all where he needed to go. And the company made the profit and Kevin was paid because all the design work would then be done in the house. Kevin one day woke up and thought, what the hell? He did it for himself. He opened up his own design studio. He ran everything out of his house. Therefore, he did not need a warehouse. He didn't need product because he already knew where it was. All he had to do was contact those people at the flooring company, contact the people at the drapery company, contact the people at the carpeting company, contact the artists or the art supply stores that he'd worked with this big company he was with. So now he could do it on his own, and he did. That propelled in 2011 to say, hey, people are coming to Florida. They're flocking to Florida. So what are you going to do? How are you going to make your money? We're going to have Airbnbs. Houses were bought online at auctions. Went to auction sites, bought these old dilapidated homes that needed issues with them. Whether the taxes were not paid over a period of 10 years, you name it, there was things going on. Houses were bought at auction. So you buy low, and a lot of people in that era bought houses low, fixed them up, flipped them, and sold them. Oh, hell, what we did was this. You buy low, you fix them up, you design them yourself, because you're a designer, Kevin. You design them yourself, we're going to decorate them up, make them pretty, and we're going to go into the Airbnb business. Before it was ever really popular, went into the Airbnb business. So we did that not once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5. Imagine 5 homes, 5 Airbnbs in a period of 11 years. We had one home in the winter months of Florida, where people in the winter were coming to Florida for the winter. We had one home that paid us $10,000 a month. Had a beautiful pool, a beautiful house, 2 blocks from the Gulf. Gorgeous. $10,000 a month. That's what we rented for, And that's what we made. And we had one family who came down for 2 months every year, and they would book it in advance. So we knew that January, February, we were going to make $20,000 that month. And we had 5 of those. So do the math, roll it over, think it out in your head, stop panicking, figure out how you're going to do the same. And then get up out of that chair and go do it. We live a comfortable, retired life. Had we sat and waited for the corporate world to give us a pension, give us a retirement, give us our security at retirement, give us our security in the bank, those days are gone for everybody. You got to take care of yourself. And we did it for ourselves. We relied on our own skills, our own mindset, and our own abilities to do it for ourselves. Network with people you know, network with other folks, and let them help you help yourself achieve it. But what you got to do is decide you want to do it and then get up out of that chair.